Well, one dream of life is to do something you somewhat enjoy, you have a passion for, and to make some money doing it. Because when you find your passion in life and when you find a way to earn money doing it, it makes your best life. You know, your best life is not a perfect life, but you're trying to do things in a way where you're directing your energy and you're putting effort into something consistently over time. And when you finally get to results, you celebrate, you're thankful. And tonight is one of those nights, and I've made the chat public. Um, a couple years ago, I made my chats for members only. Um, I've had my YouTube channel for over 4 years. Good to see you, Andre. And like everything in life, you don't achieve success by yourself. Now, I put in the work, I put in the effort, so that has to be said. But one is, I got to acknowledge the grace of God. You have to be born with some level of ability, and I believe everyone has something. So it's your job in life to kind of find out what you have and then work on refining it. And also, family, friends, everyone I've known throughout my life, online community, my members, the people who are not members, I thank you, because I am not prideful to think that you achieve success without the help of others. Now, I've been through enough in life where some people hold that over your head, and the more you excel, they try to pull you down, say, oh, you forgot about me, or they think they want you to owe them the rest of their life. That will be friends, family, everyone. But I acknowledge the good people, the majority of friends, family, online community. And I try to share on this channel consistently my honest journey as much as I can publicly. And it's a public chat tonight to celebrate this milestone. And subscribers is not necessarily tied to money. Views is the main thing with regards to earning money on YouTube. But that only happens through consistent, well, for the most part, there's exceptions. But for the most part, for me, guys, I didn't inherit a great channel. I started like everyone else, everyone from the bottom level. And you guys see, I put a lot into it to just do the best I can. But I will read all the comments tonight, members and public chat, as best I can. But I want to take this moment to share with you a milestone. I want to share with you I wanted to quit last week. I wanted to share with you that I pushed myself to go to RV dealerships. I pushed myself to make videos when I don't want to. Not just about me, because my biggest videos are not about me. They're about RV reviews or things like that. And I've got over 3,000 videos. And out of 3,000 videos, maybe only 10% have done relatively well. In life, remember, you don't make it to the Hall of Fame by batting 80%, 90% success. It's the opposite. You make it to the Hall of Fame if you bat about 300. That means that you fail 70% of the time. Anything can be taken away from you at any time. I recommend you keep a main job, a W-2. You work it at a young age, you build up certification. And I recommend you go after your passion on the side. You live below your means so you can take more risk. Don't be delusional thinking that if you download the DoorDash app, you're going to make money without going through traffic, bad reviews, and bad deliveries. Don't be delusional and think you're going to have a YouTube channel without getting hurt mentally, emotionally, and putting effort into it consistently. But don't be discouraged that at the very least, if you learn to consistently do something, you can not succeed at everything, but even if you succeed at 30% of the things you do. There's many things in life, guys. I had 3 businesses. There's many things in life you do that may not be successful, but every time you do something, you learn something and you put your energy into something. Doing nothing is the worst thing. I tell you, buy nothing, do everything. Because it's not your car that's going to get you places, it's your habits. It's not one video that's going to push you to success, it's consistent videos. So I want to spend a lot of time while on the live chat because that's why most people come to live feeds. Oh, but I always try to get a message, a structured message out within the first 5 to 15 minutes. Why? I'm driving the ship. You're driving the ship. If you're creating in something in life, you better not ask people, what do you want? I remember when I was young and I was immature and I was talking to a girl. So I don't know, what do you want to talk about? So you got to have some, if it's your life, you got to have some direction of what you want to accomplish. You can't always ask people, what type of videos do you want to see? And what type of, you're creating this. And so I hope in whatever way that opening statement helps someone. I also want to take the time that, look, being online in relationships is just like in real life. People get hurt. Okay. Now, there's been some people that have been negative. There's been some misunderstandings, and then there's been some bad things. So again, like I say kind of on a regular basis, I apologize if I hurt anyone. It doesn't mean we should be friends, because you shouldn't be friends whenever. We may be too different. And that's why most of the time in real life, I'm by myself. But I do not set out to make videos to hurt people. Okay? That's not my agenda. Okay. It's very tough sharing your life publicly consistently because, out of the people who watch, there are 1 to 5% that just want to cause problems, and they have mental problems, or there's certain people like that. But I'm sharing that to say, online relationship, just like a real life, you got to keep your circle small. My channel probably would be a little bit bigger if I dealt with people at a little bit more broad level. But like I said, I only have so much time on my hands. I mean, I still got to keep a main job. I still got to take care of myself. Those are my top 2 priorities. This is a side thing, a passion. And like I said, one of my core things on this channel is not just, watch me go to 100 subs, watch me go to 1,000 subs, watch me go to 100K subs. My thing on this channel is self-care, time management, live below your means, healthy relationships. The nomad life is part of it. I enjoyed it for however longer I'll be a nomad. But that's not the core. That's not what I want to leave behind. Because that's not what sustains me. And so again, I acknowledge everyone who has helped me along my journey in life. I acknowledge, the Lord. I do curse the Lord. I'm not going to lie. I acknowledge that, and I'm thankful. And I want to communicate that to you tonight. Now let's go to all live comments on this special night. Over 4 years on YouTube, 8 or 9 million views total on the channel. 30,000 subs and counting. Andre's first. Andre, thank you for being a member, and thank you for your continued love and support. Justin, thank you for coming in. Congrats. Great channel, man. Justin, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. In Orbit, I remember you in Orbit. How are you, man? Good to see you. Thank you for staying with me in Orbit. Congratulations, Sam. Thank you. I remember you. Maggie, congratulations. Thank you, Maggie. Alpha Cat, I like the name. Hey, I just wanted to say I love your videos and thanks for letting me chat. Well, Alpha Cat, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm evaluating everything. But right now, like I said, tonight, we're just going to take time. I'll acknowledge everyone and I say thank you. Forgive Wiseman, I'm going to say the next one up. Hey, from New Zealand. Shout out to everyone overseas. Love and respect to New Zealand and everyone overseas. Thank you, Wiseman. Like the name also. Always tell a lot about person by their tag name. I mean, it tells me their mindset. So. Twista, what's up, brother? Congrats, Sam. Twista, you're a very positive person. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for your work ethic. I always think of your story. One is I know that you have you try to be positive. You try to work hard. And, I know you have disabled brother. I know you got family issues like we all have. I was talking to someone today. And I'll say, look, certain family issues here and there. And he's like, we all got family issues. But I just want to acknowledge you. And I want to say you can love your family and have boundaries with them. And you can be successful and have gratitude. Look, I mean, I don't talk to my father anymore. Does that make me happy? Guys, I don't like to block people. I don't like to remove people, but I learned a lesson with my father. One is I wouldn't be where I'm at without him. He paid child support. He helped me with my career. I mean, he was an absent father. But I also learned that he was very tough to deal with at times. And I thought, like, as I got older, we could build something. And then, like, 10 years went by and we had a few disagreements, and it was like going back to zero. And in one way, that made me say, damn, I thought over time we were building something at a different level. But when it got to contentious moments, it was like right back to the discord. And that really got to me where it's like, I can't live like that. I got to go forward, not backwards. I can't repeat patterns that are unhealthy. Because no amount of success, I often share with you guys, however much I would have got inheritance from my father, a few $100,000, I'm sure, his house and stuff, it's not worth it. I'll probably, who knows if I'll ever make that amount on YouTube, right? Over the course of my time. So it's not just about money. Okay. YouTube is, look, you do want to make money, but you also want to share your gift, but you want it to be healthy. YouTube has been very hard mentally. You share your life at a public level. It's easy to make still videos, but the comments are tough, but the live feeds is a very small percentage of people that are nasty, but you got to remember you're dealing with some people that are, and psychologically that can break you down. And that's why you really, if I was younger, I would have probably folded already. When I was young, this is not my first time around on social media. There was a platform called Ustream. It wasn't monetization, but it was like videos. And I was doing videos mainly on spirituality at that point. But I was refining my gift of communication and delivering messages. And I remember I got trolled a little bit. Now, I'm not saying they were all wrong, but I was like, I'm not dealing with this. Now, again, that's why I tell you, keep a main job. Because when you get to your level of creativity, you may not be ready initially. You may have to step back, but you don't want to be destitute. You don't want to be a starving artist. Now, you don't want to be someone who waits till everything is right to paint their picture. But this is part of that living below your means. This is part of that time management, that you make enough time and you position your life a certain way where you can take risk, but not reckless risk. And to all my younger people out there, and I'm mainly speaking, I guess, to those in their late teens and 20s, that takes time to figure out. So I don't want to put a bigger burden on you than you feel. Okay. But I want to say, as a wake-up call, as you get into your 30s and 40s, you damn sure better be, I'm not saying I got to have life all figured out, because life can humble us all like this, but you want to measure progress. You know what I learned from being obese to being damn near anorexic? Read the food labels, measure the food, understand the content. If you don't measure something, guys, you're just shooting in the wind. And if you're trading stocks, look at your income tax returns every year. Every, 1 year, did you make 30 grand? And the next 5 years, did you lose 10 each year? That means you lost 50 grand. You only made 30. You net lost in that last 5 years. You net lost 20 grand. So it doesn't mean you have to stop taking risks, but sometimes you got to step back. You got to understand your profit loss. You got to understand your gains, your, whatever, your pounds. You have to understand data. Life is science and emotion. Sometimes I think Elon Musk is very smart where he understands science and engineering, but he doesn't understand human emotion. And if you cannot cure the human of the emotional plague, the depression, the anxiety, the procrastination, if you can't plague them of that, even if you give them an electrical car and you put them on Mars, if they're depressed, if they're unproductive, you haven't done anything for society. All my data-driven engineers, all my very intelligent people, I respect science. I live my life by it at a certain level. But I also respect the human emotion. And if you try to divorce the two, you will end up on a rocket ship to Mars, divorced 3 times. That's Elon Musk. Elon Musk may be able to be the richest man in the world, but he can't keep a healthy relationship. What does it all matter then? What does it matter if you save humanity, but you can't even get along with people? It doesn't matter. Then you have no humanity. Never neglect the need for understanding human. Because if you believe in aliens, but there is no scientific evidence, you don't believe in science. And if you believe your dog that you feed, that you pick up their shit is more intelligent, more loving than you, why isn't your dog picking up your shit, feeding you? Don't sell yourself short. In a world where they give out handicap stickers like free parking on Monopoly, I want to tell you, you have ability because you have a driver's license. You're able to do something. And even though life may not be perfect, I didn't create the world. Don't put all that on me. Getting through this world, your best shot is to figure out what you can do and do it even when you don't want to do sometimes. That's discipline. If you can't discipline human emotion, then you will be more depressed than not. Show up even when you're depressed. If you think quitting your job because you're stressed and depressed is wisdom, wait till you are without an income and you're still depressed. All right, let's go to these live comments. I want to thank everyone, past, present, and future, for getting me to a milestone. This really doesn't equivalent necessarily to money, subscribers, but it equivalates to some level of progress and a dream of mine. And I don't want to become jaded where I don't say thank you, number one, and where I don't say it's good I didn't quit, number two, and that I celebrate, because, it's like tomorrow is right back to it. It's like, you win a championship, you celebrate for the night, and then it's back to training camp. Because it never stops. Self-care. You don't retire from self-care, even if you're retired. You know what I tell old people? Your number one job every day is hygiene. To walk around your house, even if you can't get out your house. Self-care never stops. Don't just focus on building out your van, build out your life. Your life is going to last longer than your van. In some cases. Some cases, maybe not. But don't forget you ain't taking your van with you. Let's go back to these live comments. If I miss a comment, please don't take it out of disrespect. Type it again. I didn't do it on purpose. Twista says, you earned every single sub. I'm thankful. Shout out to the... and he was a member too, but he did ask me when I was at 15,000 subs 6 months ago. Now, it took me 3 years to get to 15,000 subs. And then I got another 15,000 subs within 1 year. So that's how progress and success usually works, though. It takes a while to get started, but then you just keep the momentum going. But I still wanted to quit even last week. And it was, some guy basically said I may have peaked at 15,000. That was, not true, I guess. However, let us not be fueled by resentment. Amen. And we love him because he may have love for me. Let us be fueled, yes, by hitting our potential. Twisted, that's why I know you're going to be successful. Why? Because you listen. Okay. And you apply and you filter out what's good and you leave what's bad. Thank you. Thank you to all my members. It's a public chat tonight. I want to be gracious. Twisted. Thank you so much for sharing it all, Sam. The good and the bad. You get it. That's why I love you. Reminds me I'm just human. Exactly. And I want to thank a girl. I remember one time I was trying to almost be perfect. And this girl, even though, I may not like certain things about her, she was kind to me. I want to say that. She was kind to me when I needed someone to be kind to me. But I remember I was really in a season of life where I was beating myself up. And I was going through a lot of changes. And I was trying to figure out my next step. And I was changing my health. My dog died. It's that midlife turning point, man. And it's just like, damn. And I was like down on myself again for not being perfect. When someone dies, you have a lot of guilt. When my dog died, I had guilt. Why? Well, I felt I could have been more patient at the end, and I was going through a lot of going on at work. I was busy at work. I was busy losing a lot of weight. and I'd started dating again, and I was doing a lot of things, and I started. Thank you very much for the super chat. Oh, the dude over there, thank you. $10 all the way from Canada. Thank you very much, man. Sam, congratulations on the 30 subs. Thank you. From cold Canada. A lot of Canadians are down here right now, man. The borders are open. Thank you, man. Great channel. Good laughs. Thank you for understanding. And solid wisdom. Thank you. No, no laundry after 9 p.m. You listening, man. Yeah, no naps. Yeah. No vodka. Yes, in the fridge. You listen. Enjoy your channel. Growth much deserved. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, man. Shout out to all my Canadians, man. I really appreciate that. And I want to get back to the story. It's an important story I share with you. So I was like, man, when someone dies, you always feel like, man, I wish I would have did a little bit more. And, I was someone, I never had kids. I had relationships, but I never was married or anything. And my dog was like my everything. And out of the 10 years my dog was alive, I would say 8.5, 9 were good. When she got older, like when a human gets older, it's tough to watch people suffering, and it becomes frustrating. And, it's just tough, and you dealing with your own life. And I saw a lot of people, if you have a service dog and you don't work, remember, most people who have a dog, they work. And it's not easy to take care of a dog. And I've met a lot of people with service dogs. You have a lot of help from family. Okay. I even see it in my own life, in my own family. And I tell you, if you had a service dog and your mother helped you, thank God for your mother. Don't curse your mother. Because a dog is like taking care of a child. It's a lot of work. Okay. And, I was raising my dog basically by myself. Okay. And, like I say, a couple times in life, I lost people I loved, through death. And it's, death is like that permanent. And then when it sets in, initially it's a relief, in one sense where, you don't see the person suffering, or there's a relief of something, just a relief of something out of your life. But, there's a lingering guilt that, you always wish you did something better. But I want to tell you guys, you got to let that go, because that's just, you're human. And every relationship, online, real life, is that. Okay? And you just learn, you got to move forward, okay, no matter what. Okay? There's a scripture, again, I've refined my spirituality as I got old, but I still held it. I still thank God tonight, even though I curse God. I acknowledge something greater than myself. Thank you, Marin. Thank you. Shout out to Senable Island. RV Dealer, shout out to you, Marin. Thank you. I just want to say thank you, Marin. All your kind comments and encouraging comments. Thank you, Marin. Shout out to you and your husband over there on the west coast of Florida. Keep doing that self-care. Fully submerge. Move your body. Try to eat healthy. Good job. And I just want to share with you that, I still acknowledge gratitude. And there's a scripture that says, if you feel, I'm paraphrasing, but it basically says, if you feel guilty, if you feel the fear of punishment, if you feel the fear of punishment, then you haven't experienced the love of God. Because the love of God expels, it removes the guilt. And again, do I curse God? Yeah, because guys, I live in this world like you. Okay, I give you guys real stuff. I'm not giving you a show. I understand pain of life. Marin! Oh my God! Oh, yes! Peaceful. I want to Marin, $49.99. Marin, all the way from the west coast of Florida with the gracious super chat. Damn it, Marin. Thank you. Very kind of you. Marin, I just want to tell you thank you. You've been with me a long time, Marin. I know, and we've had, our things. I appreciate you staying with me and staying positive. I know it's not easy to stay positive. Thank you, Marin. I don't look past it, and I don't take advantage. You know that, Marin. We've been a long time. We've talked about different things. I never feel entitled to anything. I'm not trying to abuse people. I'm not trying to manipulate. I'm pretty honest with you guys. Okay? And I thank you. And for whatever it's worth. Oh my God! I'm seeing duplicates. Marin, $49.99 again. Marin, very gracious. Very gracious. Again, all I can say is thank you. Okay? Because I lost for words. That's very kind of you. Happy New Year to you, Marin. I hope that comes back to you. I hope you and your husband are doing good with the RV dealership, and just with your health. Health is number one. I know you survived cancer. So look, we all like to make money. There's no doubt about that. And again, if you can make money doing something you're passionate about, it's cherry on the top. It's awesome. But it's still work, like, no matter what, to sell an RV, to share your gift, to show up consistently, it's all work. But, at certain milestones, it's also rewarding. It's also worth it. So, but one thing I learned, okay, I always knew it, but I got it reinforced in my life when I got sick, when I got hurt, and I had to go to the emergency room. I thought about a couple things. One is, who's going to take care of my dog? And the other thing is, I don't want to be here. I want to do everything within my power not to be in the emergency room. And I remember even my mother taking me to the emergency room. And she was like, Sam, that's it. I'm going to get my health together. We're going to get our health together. And I got but for some people, it's not that easy. But I want to remind you that even the person who drives you to the hospital, it's not their job to take care of you when you get out of the hospital. I want to tell you that 90% of what every doctor is going to tell you. Eat healthy, exercise more, and get the proper sleep. Those three things, guys, are worth $300,000 of college loan debt to get your medical degree. 90% of every doctor's recommendation when you leave them is this: eat healthier, exercise more, get the proper sleep. And proper sleep means not too much and not too little. The average adult needs 6 to 8 hours of sleep per day, no naps. Average. So, Marin, I thank you. I thank everyone. I want to get back to these live comments. I know I got a lot. I know it's the public chats. There's a lot of people in here. But I wanted to take a moment to kind of reach back, to give back in one sense, okay, to say thank you, okay, and, I'm grateful. Okay, we're going back to live comments again. If I miss a comment, please forgive me. I believe I left off at Twister. He goes, I share the good and bad. Reminds me of just, being human. 100% output. Even 30% is such a huge accomplishment. There you go. Yeah. Guys, no one is 100% efficient. So you try to learn from your failure and you step back to evaluate it. After every disaster at a job, there's usually a conference call the next week to discuss what went wrong. Why? So you can prevent some of it next time. You can never prevent a disaster. All you're trying to do is mitigate risk. Make it less and make your reward possibly more. Forgive me for saying the name wrong. Shaid, you have taught us well, sir. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Like your energy. Love and respect, mutual. And I thank you, Shaid. Anna. Hey, Anna. Congratulations on your 30K subs. Thank you, Anna. ESP. I want to tell you, ESP, you've been a long-time member. You've been a long-time supporter. You've been tremendously positive, and you're working on your own life. I see you making progress. You took a promotion this year, and you're working on living your best life. Okay, so I appreciate you. She goes, Sam, you are speaking to me. It's awesome. I appreciate you sharing this. Going back to square one after contentious moments, after you thought you had built trust and respect. It's tough, because certainly you want to show grace. Not everyone is as strong as you. And again, there's certain areas that my father taught me things that without him, I wouldn't have learned as much. But I go back to, you do get to a certain point, well, how much do I owe? I can't owe my well-being. Certainly I don't want to act like I did it by myself, but I don't want to have to owe you my rest of my life. When someone gives you something, they should give it, and, either give it or don't give it, because I remember, when we got in that final argument, one of his last words for me, well, if you're done with me, I want my $5,000 I lent you. And he told me at the time he gave it to me, he don't want it back. And you know what I did? I sent him the $5,000 and I changed my number. But I know that that comes from a place where he just emotionally just couldn't handle tough conversations. So I don't think it's like this crazy mystery devil thing. I get it. His emotional and mental capacity was not able to get to a level I was at. And he thought that he could continually put that on me. And I had to remind him, look, I'll do the best I can to meet you halfway, but I can't keep going 80% to you because that's unhealthy for me. Reciprocal means kind of like 50-50. And I'm okay, like, I'm strong where you're weak. And once in a while, like, there's an imbalance. But if a relationship is constantly 80-20 or bad, guys, it's like, how can you go? You can't sustain well-being. And you feel me. I appreciate that. ESP, congratulations on the new milestone. I appreciate that, ESP. I appreciate you. Eric, hustle and motivate, brother. Thank you. Look, everything, for the most part, sometimes I'm venting, but everything I share, guys, it's in a somewhat structured, directed way, not to hurt people. Sometimes, but to let you know, you have to have a certain level of intensity to get what you want out of life in a responsible, respectful, honest way. I share with you a mindset. Most people I meet in real life, guys, I'm not even this intense. This intensity I share with you is so intimate, it's my mindset. It's not how I talk to people in public. It's not how I deal with people. It's not my demeanor. But inside, to get myself to the gym, to get myself to the job, to get myself to Florida, to get myself on YouTube, I'm sharing an energy of a mindset, not physical one-on-one. And I want you to understand that, and I want you to be able to disconnect like those intense moments I share with you, this mindset. I don't go around in Starbucks saying, let's go, no naps. I don't do that. I don't go on conference calls and say, fuck it. I don't. But I want to tell you, to get going in life, you got to get yourself there. And that means you got to push yourself a little bit or it ain't going to get done. Thank you. Anna. Hello, Sam. Your videos are very inspirational and very inspirational, and you get information. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. I appreciate your positive comment. Thank you. Lightning ASMR. Hey, thank you. Thank you for your inspirational videos. Thank you. Congratulations on your 30K subs. Thank you, Lightning. Much appreciated. Hey, Gavin, I remember you. How are you, brother? Congrats, Nomad. Thank you. Yes, no naps. You're listening also. And consistency, yes, are the keys to success. There was times in my life I took a nap. There were times in my life where I was inconsistent. And I want to tell you, as a 41-year-old man, when I was a child, I acted like a child and reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put away childish things. So again, to my younger people or my older people who are still living with a younger mentality, you got to develop yourself. It takes time and effort. And none of us are perfect. We're all human, but you know what I mean. Marin, again, a.k.a. Ziggy on a tag name, all I can tell you is you blew it out of the water tonight. I don't take it for granted. And I just thank you. I thank you. Very gracious. You've been with me a long time. Charlie, very positive, brother. Hey, congrats, Sam. Thank you, Charlie. Your comments have been very, very positive, Charlie. So I really appreciate your positive attitude and your words of encouragement. I read them all. Marin, oh, dog. Trying to send you a belated Christmas gift. Thank you, Marin. You sent it. It's very gracious. The one time I'm early enough. Well, like I say, we've been around a long time, Marin, and you're the one that encouraged me to go to Sentinel Island. This was like 2-3 years ago when I was in my beginning stage of moving to a new area. When you go to a new area, you don't settle in. You travel around to find out what areas speak to you the most, what areas have the economic, the stores, the proximity of what energy, what resources you need to live your best life. And when I was visiting the west coast of Florida, I visited Marco Island, Naples, Sentinel Island because of Marin recommendation. I went to Tampa and I said, that's enough. I got to go back to the East Coast. So for me, don't take it a different way if you guys are in a different place. For me, there's two things I learned. One is I like the East Coast of Florida because I like the energy off the Atlantic Ocean. There's a different energy between the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf. No disrespect. And Senable Island is like an island, like Palm Beach, like off the main. It's like a barrier island. Now, it's got a very expensive toll to get there, and I wasn't that impressed. But when I got there, I said, it wasn't a very nice area, but it was like it was like Martha's Vineyard. It was like, it wasn't the energy I need to, for me. And it wasn't no Starbucks there. It wasn't like that type of vibe. So I'm saying that, though, I'm glad that Marin recommended that, because I explored Florida, the areas I wanted to explore. And I'm glad that if it wasn't probably for Marin, I wouldn't have went to Senable Island. So thank you, Marin. And then she goes, I totally got submerged, me too, in the ocean today, and swam today. Good, that's self-care. And remember, guys, if you die tomorrow, if you did today how you wanted to live your day, I told a friend of mine today, I said, man, if I die tomorrow, I pretty much did everything I would have did on my last day. Okay. So, that's all you can do. Marin, yep. She goes, yeah, it was cold, made it much better. Yeah, it was a little bit cool for in South Florida. What was it? I don't know, 77 degrees, something like that. Low humidity. She goes, yeah, I'm bragging. You're part of this, Mr. Inspiration. Well, I appreciate your self-care, and I'm glad that you're motivated to go out there, because I want to tell people, that's another thing I learned, that going into the ocean every day is a job. You thought, what? Yeah, to push yourself, even if you live by the ocean, to go there, to fully submerge, to get dirty, to clean off. Most people don't do it on a daily basis, I want to tell you. Hey, Blue Wendigo, I remember you. I know you changed the name, but I remember the avatar. I know you're from Miami. I know you you visited a similar Thousand Trails Encore Park I did in the Daytona Beach area, Rose Bay RV Park. I remember you. Shout out to you. Hello, what's up, man? Outdoor Matt, hey, Matt, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Thank you for the comment. Forgive me for saying this name wrong. I just say ex-baby. Good advice and wisdom based on experience. So thank you for listening. I appreciate that, ex-baby. Thank you. Shahid, the acronym SPICES is basically meaning spiritual health, physical health, intellectual health, creative health. I like that. Emotional health. Yeah, that sounds good. Social health. That's excellent. Will help balance you as a complete human. I agree with that. This is me giving back to you. That was an excellent comment. Thank you, Shahid. I never heard of that. Thank you. Blue Wendigo, you deserve more than 30K. Congrats. Well, I'm grateful for what I have. And part of me not having more is my own actions through not having a broad enough brush, but there's only so much I could deal with. And I'm not saying I've always dealt with it right, so I'm not prideful, but it's very tough, guys, to be on here every night, to be engaged the way I'm engaged with the viewers. But I do feel that I know that some people have gotten hurt, and that doesn't make me happy. But it's like, again, I apologize if I hurt someone, but I also don't want to continually to invite them back, because if they want to come back, they can come back. But I want to tell them that I know how life goes. For whatever reason, we get to a certain point, we can't vibe. I don't want to repeat hurting you, and I don't want you to hurt me out. So it's like, it's a very tough thing, Now, again, if I just run this like a business and not my passion, then guys, I know business. Business is all based on relationship. Guys, but I'm trying to, I'm not trying to be bold just for the sake of being bold. I'm not trying to crack a joke just for the sake of cracking a joke. I'm trying to be creative and business-minded and human, sharing my personal thought. So I'm trying to, almost like my man Shahid said, trying to share this package. That's not easy, guys. Thank you again, Mike. That was a gracious tip as well, and I do remember you, and I appreciate all your words of encouragement, and I thank you. Tony, also a member, longtime Tony, thank you. Shout out to Marilyn, brother. Sam, congrats on the 30K. You're part of the success. I thank you. You deserve 30 million. That's a very gracious comment, and I very much appreciate it, Tony. I appreciate you staying with me, because you've been gracious to me. I know that. Marin, 3 amazing super chats, and all I can say again is thank you. Shane, yeah, I can chat tonight. Yes. Thank you, Sam. Hope today was good for you. Yes, public chat. I do want to take time to acknowledge everyone. I mean, everyone knows who understands me. Look, you do what you got to do, but I appreciate everyone. Okay. And, I show you that not through lip service, but by showing up, okay. By doing stuff with my life. Not perfect. I'm not saying everyone should live like me. I'm just saying I'm doing the best I can to be the best I can, okay. Based on my perspective. Thank you, Shane. Aaron, hey, Aaron. I've been thinking about you. I know it's been a tough couple weeks. I know you got your house sale. I know there's been some tough times in here in the chats. Not that you've been part of that. You've been very positive. But I feel what you feel. I'm empathetic like you. And I know for the empathetic person, it's very tough, okay? But that's why also I have a level of me that I go to a place where, guys, I could be on that psychopath shit, but I don't go out. I try not to ever get out of self-control. But I balance empathy also with, I'm not that empathetic, motherfucker. So I balance like a level, okay, where I'm not going to go out there being ungraceful, okay? But I also ain't going out there, guys, taking one up the ass. I mean, the shit going to stop, okay? We going to just take it nice and easy. Aaron, so I'm saying all that to say I relate to how you feel deeply. And I appreciate you, and I'm praying for everything going on in your life. Aaron, thank you for the congratulations. Charlie, you are an amazing person, and you deserve nothing but the best. Well, I thank you. I'm human. I'm grateful, and I appreciate you, Charlie. Thank you again, Marin. Again, thank you. Outdoor Matt, thanks for the inspiration. Great videos. Thank you. Happy New Year's to you also, Marin. Aaron. Oh, very, very big moment here. She goes, I got an offer on her house. Her house is for sale. She raised 2 kids and want to throw up, laughing, probably normal. Well, when I sold my house, I can only tell you my experience and hope you get something out of it. When I sold my house, the first offer I got was low. I wasn't desperate, so I said no. But when you say no, it is hurtful because it's a potential sale and you can make some money. But 3 weeks later, I got an offer more reasonable. And this is why I tell you, you don't want to do things out of desperation because you can't say no. But the market is still pretty strong, and it doesn't sound like you're that desperate. So I understand, again, what you feel, because I felt it. This is my experience. And if it isn't within reason, then it's okay to say no and to wait for a better offer. I always do what you want because no one knows the future, but this is my experience to you. Marin, I'm on it. Never give up. Marin, you're a fighter. Survive cancer, doing the best you can. I appreciate you. You've been a fighter in this channel. Outdoor Matt, always showing up. Yeah, that's one thing that I've learned as I've gotten older that I've tried to share with you guys as something like, God forbid I die, I don't want you guys to just miss me as far as talking to me about nothing. Because I know that's a gift to talk to people, just be with them. But I rather take care of myself well and teach you things that will really help you. Because if all I do is drink vodka and gossip, yeah, you'll miss me. But you won't be left with anything to improve your life. Now you're just going to be lonely and bad habits. So while I do say rest in peace to every soul, and I do hope, look, for the most part, I hope everyone gets up to heaven if there's one. But I'm also not going to, just because someone passes, say that, oh, yeah, that was great. No, guys, look, what'd you leave behind? Okay. No disrespect, all love. I hope everyone goes to heaven, okay? But the reason I didn't fuck with people when they were alive because they were drunk or gossip. And they set a bad damn example. And that's why they drunk themselves to death, basically. Now, you can live like a health nut and still get hit by a bus. But what did you leave behind? Talking to people is a gift. But talking to people about other people is a sin. Never forget it. Louisa. Hey, Louisa. Good to hear you, Sam. Love and respect. You deserve the subs. I'm grateful. The most unique channel and the world needs more motivated. Thank you. Hard working, decent people like you. Thank you for that gracious comment. You are much appreciated. Keep the faith. My mom always tells me that. Thank you, Louisa. Shaner, living my best life. I love that. Thanks for inspiring me to hit the road. Okay. Coming live tonight from Florida City. Next stop, the Keys. Live your best life, love and respect. Aaron says, hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Aaron, for always thinking of others. Like I said, one thing I want to teach my empathetic people like Aaron, I never want you to lose that, because that means something to me where you think about me, you click the thumbs up. I never want you to lose that, but I always want you to balance that with never forget to take care of yourself. Never forget to encourage yourself. Never to forget to say no to people to spend more time with yourself. Because I don't want people like Aaron and other empathetic people to burn themselves out. Because if you burn yourself out, who's left? The people who don't give a fuck. Okay. So that's why I tell you, don't feel guilty for saying no or for doing what you need to do for your life. Because if you're doing the right thing, you're going to give back the way you can give back. But if you burn yourself out, you're going to end up leaving people even more fucked up than you ever. Okay. So be careful. Cartoon Mark, 30K. Cartoon Mark, brother, you know what it is. I feel your soul in upstate New York. I've been where you're at. I don't know how. But I know that you're going to figure out your dream and your best life. Why? Because you're trying responsibly to do everything you can the right way. Faith is taking the first step without seeing the entire staircase. That's what Martin Luther King said. So all I can tell you, Cartoon Mark, is keep being responsible. I love that about you. But keep taking the first step responsibly without seeing the next step. As you take the next step, as you do what you're supposed to do, don't get distracted by the shit you can't control. As you do the next thing will then be revealed to you when you finish. Pedro Nolan, hit 30. Yeah. Pedro Nolan, brother, thank you, man. I think about you often as well. Okay. And I know you got your own issues, but I know that you try to keep the faith and stay positive, and I appreciate that about you. Twister, I'm sorry to backtrack, Sam. That's okay. But what did that girl tell you? Oh, when you were beating yourself up? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. She was just basically telling me that, Sam, she basically said just like this, Sam, you're human. And, yeah. Now, again, some people use that as an excuse. I get that. But some people tend to think that they're supposed to be perfect or they got to always do everything right, guys. There's a balance, not abuse of grace, but you need grace. If you don't need grace, then you're perfect. And I haven't met a motherfucker yet that's perfect. I haven't met a service dog that's perfect. And I haven't met a service dog's owner. I haven't met a hot chick or a butt ugly chick. I haven't met a tall guy or a short guy slamming the weights in Planet Fitness. I haven't met one person on this earth that's perfect. Even Mr. Perfect got defeated in the wrestling ring. Never forget it. Repeat 74. I remember you. What's up, Sam? Thank you for staying with me. I appreciate that. Eric, 30K sub. Congrats. Thanks for all that you do. Thank you. You're helping me make it through cold Delaware winter. I've been there, understand, and I thank you. Doug, congrats on 30K. Doug, I want to tell you this, man. All the way from the Pacific Northwest, man. You got a very positive attitude. You took a couple hits, but you kept going. You keep going. And I believe the same thing for you I do for Cartoon Mark. You're going to be back and better than ever. Okay? Because you're handling, when you get hit, it's all about how you handle it. And look, I curse God. I'm not going to lie. I get upset. But I try to stay positive, do the right thing. And that's what you do. And brother, you're going to figure it out. Timeless. Wow, 30K subs. Amazing. I remember wanting to quit at 112 subs and several quadruple billion more times between then and now. Even last week, I wanted to quit. So never forget that. Twister, 199 super chat, brother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate who you are and what you're doing and how you will grow in life. You be one of the good ones out there, Twister. Even though we're all human, we love you. Thank you. Thank you again, Marin and Mike also. Thank you, Twister. Shane, I like how you keep it real, Sam. Do your best, yes, to gently nudge people. You get it, man. Thank you. But don't baby them. Thank you, Shana, for understanding what I'm saying. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that comment. Go, go. Hey, sir. From Malaysia. Hey, shout out to Malaysia. Love and respect to Malaysia. Thank you. Doug, 60K by year's end? Well, it's possible. When you get to this level of momentum, that's possible. It's also possible I end up with 31,000. So I don't feel entitled, but last year I was at 15K. Now, it takes one video to go a little bit viral. There was a video I did last year on an RV review. I pushed myself to go to the dealership. It's not easy. And then I got to navigate, all the salespeople now. And I show them respect. But guys, I mean, come on. So, that got like a million views. And I didn't make $1 million, but that pushed the channel to the algorithm of success. But that's one video out of the 1,000 I did last year. So you got to keep showing up, and then you build a portfolio. Forgive me for saying the name wrong. TD Action, I'll say. Public chat. Yep, I want to show some gratitude tonight. Just say thank you to everyone. Wow, Sam, taking chances. Love it when you show up. Well, look, I want to remind people, because sometimes you got to remind people, that for 3 years I did public chats when there was thumbs down allowed, when there was trolls allowed, and I handled it. And I showed up every day. The day before I got monetized, I got trolled horribly by that guy, Carlos Santanos, the guy's on the bottom of YouTube. So I remind people, guys, I wasn't always on the corporate high level. I started my career as a coffee boy working in a ditch. I'm not scared to do what I need to do to get where I need to get. Now, I'm not going to stay where I'm at to prove to you anything. So I don't feel bad about advancing myself, but I also don't feel that I got here without the help and without being at certain points in my life. So I don't forget in one sense where I came from, but I also don't think I am subject to live that life my entire life. I want to show both sides of that. Good job. Leanne, congratulations. Thank you. Christina, I want to tell you, another strong person. Okay, you're a very strong woman, Christina, and you're very positive, and you've been very gracious to me. I don't look over that. Aaron, offer is reasonable. Okay. I just didn't expect so fast. Well, the market is still very hot. Now, look, I'm glad the market's not very slow, but look, the Federal Reserve does need to raise the interest rates. Too much inflation is not good, especially for the lower end people economically, and even the middle. So, we'll give the Federal Reserve, we'll give Biden, okay, this year. And obviously, if it's like that in 3 years, then we're going to go the opposite way. So everyone's got to get held accountable. But I still feel, and I'm going to say political now, you guys know I speak about it. I still feel society is healthier. Not reading Trump tweets, not doing trade wars, not having contentious moments every day for 4 years. Even with high inflation. I don't like high inflation. I'm telling you right now, if it keeps up another year, then Biden's out. But I'm telling you right now, I'd rather have to deal with this than Trump tweeting, trade wars. And believe me, guys, I think COVID is part of the trade war. I mean, I hate to tell you. We're going into election year. The trade war is getting the height of the contentiousness. And all of a sudden, a virus comes out of China. Guys, biological warfare. Come on, guys. So let's stay positive. Even though more people died with the coronavirus than 9/11. Because I hate to say that. But let's stay positive. So I just want to remind you, because sometimes people forget where we came from, that, yeah, inflation side, that sucks. We can blame Biden. But we can also blame, guys, the world changed because we elected a bully. Now, I understand we didn't want political correctness anymore. But I also understand we put someone in power that should never be in power. So I understand all politicians are frauds. I get it. And I had some great people that helped me throughout my life that love Trump. I love these people. But I'm not going to lie to you guys and tell you what I think about Trump. I want to tell you. So, love and respect. Black Pilgrimage. Forgive me for saying the name wrong. Public chat, yep. Thank you. I remember you. Hey, what's up, man? You changed your name. I believe it was King something. What a pleasant surprise. Congrats, Sam. Yep, I appreciate that. Thank you. Timeless. How many subs would it take for you to retire from main job? Subs are not it. revenue is it? Views are the main thing, but I wouldn't retire from my main job until I had 5 years of tax returns showing that I average at least 75K or so on YouTube. But even that, guys, if YouTube stops monetization, or if your channel takes a tank, how many other jobs can you go to and use YouTube as a reference? If I get laid off as an electrician, if I get laid off as an engineer, if I get laid off as working at Planet Fitness, I can use that as a resume. Quitting your main job to just do your creative passion, as a 41-year-old man who built my main financial stability on main jobs, I wouldn't even think of quitting my main job anytime soon, because I want to live as best I can within my control with dignity as I get older. I want to work less as I get older. I don't want to be in my 60s and depending on YouTube. I want to build up a 401k. I want to build up Social Security credits because of my main job. And the reason you work hard and you stay consistent in your main job is because, guys, I have a better quality of life at my jobs now because I worked in a ditch, I worked in an office, I got good reviews for years, I got credentials, I got experience. It gets easier the older you get in the workforce when you've done the right thing. I'm not going to quit now. See, a lot of people at the lower end of the workforce, they want to quit because they don't want to put in the pain to get to the higher end. They don't want to take the promotion. They don't want to come in when no one wants to come in. They don't want to do overtime. They don't want to deal with a contentious customer or boss, and so they quit. And so you always end up at the bottom. The higher you go up, yeah, you feel pain. You have to go through shit. You got to put in your dues, but it gets better. So, shit, what I'll tell you right now is, guys, I'm looking to be a corporate exec, okay, until I don't want to be. I'm not looking for YouTube to save me. And that's what I want to share with you guys. Because in a world where it's always been like this, because ever since I was young, even before the internet, they always had the saying that good help is hard to find. And in today's times, if you show up every day at the same job for 3 years and you stay at a drama, guys, you even if you start at $10, $15 an hour, if you put in the work and you apply yourself and you don't cause problems, you'll move up. But if you get bored or if you try to I want to tell you guys, not good. You say, what about universal basic income? Guys, even if they have that, you can't create a system where no one does nothing. What happens when you go to Chick-fil-A? No one works. What happens when you go to the gas station? No one delivers gas anymore. What happens when you turn on your electricity? Who works as an electrician? Who works at a substation? What happens when you turn on the water? Who works at a water plant? Andre works at a water plant. What happens when you go to the emergency room? Who's a nurse? No one's a nurse. You can never have a system where you reward people for doing nothing at a level where most of society does nothing. For the extremely handicapped, for the mentally or emotionally or physically hurt and they can't do for themselves, like I got some in my family, then they should get the help. But for the people, and I want to tell you right now, you guys know me, if you're able to be on YouTube, create an account, type a legible sentence, guys, don't tell me, guys, you guys can't do nothing. Because I'm not going to allow that, not because I want to hurt you, but I want to tell you guys, you're doing something right now. I don't talk down to you. I talk up to you. Believe me, I get more subs if I talk down to people. If I just tell them where to park for free and go live your best life, quit your job, fucking live in a van, beat the man. Hey guys, you know how many people I heard say live in a van, beat you? Hey guys, these people ain't beating no man. They living in a van, living on some low-ass income. They're going to fuck themselves in the future, man. Fucking around with prostitutes and all type of shit. God, that's not your best life. And I don't want to hear that that's all you can do because I see the talent in these people. And I say, who the fuck told you that's the best you can do? I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm not saying you can't live in a van. I'm not saying you can't even be with prostitutes if it's legal. But I'm saying all the talent I see in you, what the fuck kind of shit is that, man? And I see some people, they're sitting there, they're class B. These guys are excellent auto mechanics. But all they do, guys, is take a nap and find free parking. How many people do we need to be auto mechanics? You don't have to be a full-time worker, be a part-time. You know how much better you feel about yourself? You know how much better society will be? One less person in the truck stop, one more person working on a truck. That means more deliveries being made, okay, to Amazon warehouses. That means more packages for the people ordering shit. That means more cars on the lot. That means more inventory, not less. You can't beat inflation by telling people to do nothing. That's how you have low inventory. So I know we're getting a little bit off track, but these are some of the things I want to leave behind as I go through my journey. Guys, believe me, have I ever been to a point where I don't want to do nothing? Guys, I never want to do anything. Every day I wake up at 5 a.m., I'm fucking fighting myself. And that's why I share this intense mindset. But I felt the opposite. When you sleep late and you take a nap, I felt that, and that's even worse. And that's why you better do what you need to do in a healthy way, not a hurtful way, to get your ass up, manage your time, and show the fuck up. And if you fall down, you get back up. You don't bitch and moan and blame. Stay away from that damn alcohol and those drugs as best you can. Back to live comments. Lila. Hey, Lila, I remember you. How are you? I missed you, bro. Love and respect. Hey, Nomad. Happy New Year to you. Same to you. Thank you. Trudy, congratulations. And certainly deserve it. Much love and respect. Thank you. From, forgive me for saying this wrong, Lethbridge, shout out to Left Rat Queens, Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. Shout out to my Canadians. Twist up. Thank you again, brother. Forgive me for saying this name wrong. Coded. You've inspired me to start my car life, okay? With my RAV4, appreciate you, dude. Love and respect and best of luck to you. Thank you. Philip, great show. Thank you, Philip. Peyton Owen, modern day prophet. Well, I'm human, but I appreciate the positive comment. For sure, I take your words with great importance. Thank you, Peyton Owen. Philip, love from Sydney, Australia. Shout out to Australia. Shout out to you. Shout out to Juliana, Katie. I got a couple great viewers from Australia. Love to you. Lila. Hey, Nomad. I'm on TikTok videos going live on there. It takes 24 hours. YouTube live on my account, YouTube. Well, keep doing your thing. That's awesome. Shane, Rav for life. Congrats. Live your best life. Do the best you can. Forgive me for saying the name wrong. Janista, congratulations. Thank you. TD321, I'll never forget you changed a lot of my decisions. When you said, get rid of the storage unit. Yeah, look, in my opinion, the people I've seen with storage units, man, they hold on to the past too much, and they don't use the stuff, and they're low income. So, I mean, right there, you're just hurting yourself. You're not using the stuff. You're already tight on your income. So I'm not saying that to be hurtful to you. I'm saying it to set you free. But I understand it's not easy to emotionally separate. You're willing to pay for stuff you don't use. I've been there. Well, I never bought a storage unit, but I remember downsizing. I was in my closet when I was getting ready to sell my house. I was throwing shit out. I was putting new clothes that had the tags on them. I had some nice underwear in case I got lost. I was throwing shit away. And I put it in a trash bag. I go throw it out, but I couldn't throw it out. And I put it back in the shelf. But eventually I threw it out. Okay. You got to throw it out. You got to get rid of your old life if you want your new life. You can't put new wine in old wineskins. Never forget it. Aaron, love the political assessment. Thank you, Aaron. Forgive me for saying. Adrian, big fan of your channel. Thank you. Very inspirational. Thank you. And transparent. I try as best I can. Congrats on 30 subs. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you. I don't know how to say that name, and I'm not sure what that means. So I just remove it because if I don't understand it, it's good to get removed. Love and respect. Peyton Nolan, you save me for your future self. Do yourself a favor and stash your cash. Well, look, it's a very tough thing. I mean, I'm at an extreme point. I definitely believe live below your means. Look, if you're single with no pets, no kids, you could make a lot of money to do, but you make a lot of, but I want to balance my life a little bit. I'm still trying to figure that out. I still enjoy simplicity, but I also enjoy having a more stable routine in areas I love rather than just moving around for the sake of moving around. And that's where I come to this dilemma where how much do I want to invest more in the nomad life versus somewhat of a static life? I don't want to just live on the road to live on the road. I want whatever lifestyle I'm living to be my best life for my healthiest, best self. The reason I got on the road was not to stay on the road. It was to get to Florida, cut my bills in half, and live by the beach, save up money, get out of debt, and go after some creative passions. So, some of those things have happened. So, I got to be mindful of that. Okay. Always keep flexibility, though, to a certain level. Lila, hey, Nomad, you're my best friend. Well, look, I always say we can't get to that point where we put each other on a pedestal. Because I think you got very upset with me when I did private chats. I wasn't your best friend. I was your worst enemy. So I'm not going to let you put me on a pedestal, and I'm also not going to let you put me in a corner. Now, I know you got some type of mental issue, but I also know that you can type legible comments. So I'm going to tell you, I love you, I respect you. But best friends, worst enemies, no. I want us to be in a reciprocal relationship. That's what I want, Lala. Which means that we can respect each other's space, we can respect each other's value, and we can also live our own life without needing them to a certain degree, because that is true love and respect. Everything else, I could lie to you right now, but I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to hurt you. I want to love you and respect you. And that's what I just said was love and respect. This YouTube channel, you stay blessed with I appreciate the love. Thank you, Lila. Pilgrimage. You're right. My name was King. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's what it was. Thank you. I appreciate how you remember everyone. I do the best I can. Thank you. No disrespect if I don't remember. You're underrated. Thank you. Salute back to you. Thank you. Learning new things. Hey, Sam. Hope you're good, brother. Thank you for that positive comment. Hector, salute, my brother. Same to you. Love and respect. Thank you, Hector. Shahid. Sam's got cash hidden all over the car. No, I don't keep any cash on me. I don't have shit worth of value on me. Never. Yep. Never do that, guys. Good job. Shane. I feel like some people would do the job they love even if there was universal income. I would still do Uber Eats and live the nomadic life. Nah, if UBI was $5,000 a month, you probably wouldn't do it. If it was $10,000 a month, you wouldn't do it. If it's $20,000, you probably wouldn't do it. So you got to measure everything. So, like I said, if UBI was $100 million a month, so you damn sure would, if there was a questionable delivery, like that was 20 miles away, Remember, the only way you become successful on the gig economy apps is if you accept 90% deliveries. You say that's not true. I see a YouTuber who says cherry pick. He's got a 10% rating. He also quits more jobs than you ever heard of. He's going to have low social security. He's got low net worth, and he's got low self-esteem. Okay. And he's got a low customer rating, low acceptance rating. Everything's low. So, guys, do the best you can. If you tell me the best you can is a low acceptance rating, great. But if you tell me that's some bullshit lazy excuse that you heard from some other bullshit lazy person, I tell you, fuck you, live your best life. And I don't say fuck you with disrespect, because I don't talk to people like that. But I'm saying it to wake you up, to go out there, live your best life. Okay. Shane, powerful message. Thanks again. Timeless. Subs, do you need to get a trophy or plaque? I believe, from my understanding, that you only get an acknowledgement from YouTube when you reach 100,000 subs. You get a silver plaque. I don't know where I'd put it because I got no storage in one got a car. I got to have a home base by then, I think. I couldn't put that big-ass plaque in this car. Guys, I live in 10 square feet max. So I got to get to 100,000 subs before they send me a trophy. Am I into trophies? Not really. I don't have any. I don't own anything. But yeah, if I had a home base, I'd keep the trophy. Thank you. Where was I at? Timeless. What is your top goal for 2022? Good question. Add stability. For my personal life in my daily routine, whether that's going to mean a home base or whether that's going to, it's tough to figure out with the RV. I could. It doesn't mean a purchase is my goal. Remember, I didn't say buying something. I said, I'm trying to figure out stability, and even doing campgrounds is part of that. I didn't buy anything. I'm just building stability because I used the flexibility to get where I'm at. Now I got to sustain myself. So I want to wisely, not over emotionally, I want to wisely choose a path that creates some level of stability while leaving me enough flexibility to still live a creative, free life. Not easy to do that. Shane, 100K is a plaque, I believe. I believe you are correct, Shane. Lila, my mom is getting surgery on her knee. I'm sorry to hear that. And legs, going to the doctor. Sorry. January 16th, I'll pray for her. I think so. I'm praying for her. I agree with that. My mom got surgery. I understand that. Done. We need to stay blessed. I believe in that. Yeah, we're going to pray. I believe in power prayer. I do. Timeless. If you hit 100K subs, will you get a YouTube tat? No, I don't think so. I think, you never say never. But for me, guys, all my tattoos are not really about like what I've achieved per se. They're about things that speak to a level of spiritual guidance, people I've known that have passed away that affected my life in a positive way, or some type of just basic practical insight that reminds me of what I was at that time to push me forward. I don't have tattoos of Mickey Mouse. I don't have tattoos of I made this much money. So, and I don't even like being famous, guys. I mean, the more my channel grows, people who met me in real life, they know like I'm kind of like avoiding meeting people. I kind of like avoid the spotlight. So for me, I'm more of a guy in the cut. So that's kind of like, and it's not in a disrespect. I feel bad because sometimes people see me or they meet me and they recognize, and I'm kind of like standoffish. One is that's how I am, and two is like I'm a loner. I'm not really like into like that. That's not who I am. But I met a couple of great people on the road, and I love them. But it's just like I'm very much that's how I live my life. John asks, what are my hobbies in life? Well, on my off time, I like to work out. I like to go for a walk and listen to music. I like to be by the beach, fully submerged in the ocean. And even YouTube would fit into a level of that. But I would say mainly the self-care hobbies. I do like to work out, not just for physical, for my mental health. I don't get paid to do it. It's a hobby. It's something I like to do, even though I got to push myself to get there. I like to walk and sometimes listen to music. That, again, it's just something I do on my off time that I enjoy. I like to swim in the ocean. It refreshes me. It recharges me. It rejuvenates me. And I would say, when I was younger, certainly sports and going out, but I'm just at a different point. Hamson, have a good day, Sam. You too, Hamson. Thank you. Shane, laughing. I feel that, but still have passions, right? God gives us all gifts. Hey, guys, look, like I say, everyone has a different gift. And if you're typing sentences, if you figured out how to get online and create a profile, there's no way in this world that you were meant to do nothing all day and just stealth park. I'm not going to accept that. I mean, I'm not going to bother you. I don't bother anyone. But I'm saying in my mindset, I'm like, that's waste, man. Like, I'm okay if you stealth parking to figure out your best life and you're doing what you need to do to get to your best life. But if you're just stealth parking to park free and do nothing all day and collect it, guys, that's not who I am. I'm not saying people, I don't bother anyone, guys. Everyone already knows me. Like, those who do me, I'm on my business. I'm just sharing my mindset towards life because, but am I in someone else's head and someone else's body? No. Do I try to be? No, I'm on my business. I do what I need to do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that says or means. We're going to remove it. Seth, what's up, man? I remember you. Shout out to you. Living in a car 4 to 5 years and thriving, doing the best I can. Thank you. Taking responsibility for one's life. Thank you. And living where you want to live. That's a huge part. Thank you. Facing your fears. Oh, yeah. Saying bye to your mom, go south. Yes. And still going back up north to visit her so that I don't feel guilty or that I do still feel my best life is still spending quality time with my mom, but also, which we all learned through the coronavirus, you still have to live your own life. Okay? Because if you live your life just by your loved ones or your parents and you never live your own life, you're going to kill them in the lockdown of the coronavirus. No. I feel good that I do what I need to do and that also when the time is right and at a measured standpoint, I spend time with others. Good job. Good comments. Not easy. Great job, Seth. Thank you for the encouraging comment. Thank you for the congratulations. I remember you. Longtime viewer. Thank you. Michael. Hey, Michael. Sam. Glad my device popped up your channel. Thank you. You are inspiring. Thank you for your inspiring comments. I say self-care. Yep. Best life. Yep. For the win, 100. 30K, amazing. Thank you. Charlie, I can totally relate to you, Sam. Love and respect. I like keeping a low profile as well. I think look, I mean, obviously I say low profile, I'm doing public videos, but I think those who understand me, even when I did my first video, I remember telling people I know, they were like, well, what's your channel name? I didn't want to tell them. And guys, but that's that dynamic. It's, it's tough. Fraz, yes, says the blood of Jesus. Okay. Love and respect. Like I said, guys, there was a season of my life I was religious. I grew up in New Jersey amongst a diverse group of different religions, different ethnic groups. And I'm glad I did, because even though I did go on a spiritual journey, which I became very much into Christianity, I'm glad I did. But I also learned, I reminded myself, Sam, you also grew up with people that were all different religions and some non-religion. So don't go too far. And I pulled myself back a little bit. So, but life is a balance. It's not easy to balance. Savant, what's up, brother? Thank you, man, for being a member, and thank you also, man. Shout out to you and all my longtime truck drivers. I appreciate that. Go Fraz, man. I don't understand whether you're joking or whether you're serious. You can't put fear out there and put God out there, because they are total opposites. So you're asking someone, if they're afraid to die, to sell them a ticket to heaven. But you yourself haven't even figured out how to take the all caps off. I love you whether you're joking or serious, but some things are not demons, they're mental illness. And you can help some of that through self-care and therapy and working on your life. But by trying to get other people to feel the fear or convert to what you believe is the devil's work. And I empathize that you may be in that mindset. Or you may just be joking to be acknowledged. Either way, it's a teachable moment. And the moment is that the internet allows us to see that at a broad level, because we're connected throughout the globe with different religions, no religions, different groups. And if you were 100 years ago, 200 years ago, you'd be in a village. You'd be telling everyone something and no one else would know anything different. And everyone would have to almost submit to your mindset. And your mindset is that of mentally ill, not of God. So this is a good teachable moment. Okay. And I thank you for that teachable moment. Back to live comments. Let's see here. If I miss a comment, please forgive me and type it again. Savat, thank you again, brother. I appreciate you. I love you, man. Shahid, do you have an idea on what content you will be making in the future as your channel grows? I'll see. I mean, right now I'm in a consistent flow of the RV reviews or home-based reviews are the main driver. My personal experience, always a main driver. I write down what I want to talk about times. And for right now, I don't feel myself going to a whole nother level. Now, if I get the home base and I get more into real estate, or if I get into certain things, then I'll see how that involves. Obviously, if I get an RV, that'll be part of it. But what I've found is when you take care of yourself well, you take care of your responsibilities for yourself, for your main job, your creativity comes. So I don't really stay up at night thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do for my channel? Because what I've found in life is if you take care of yourself well, creativity comes. Now, do I hit low points? Yeah. You're not always hitting a home run, but I keep showing up to bat. And so that's kind of in a mindset, in a basic way, that kind of like my mindset towards it. Lila, when everything totally goes to shit, this is what I always want to tell you guys. People always need someone to talk to. Most people are not nomads. Most people are not single living in a car. Most people may not even like you. But if you show up regularly and you put some effort into something and you engage, guys, you get something back. If you do nothing, you get nothing back. Remember, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out your life. Never forget it. Lila, I'm going to try living on my own in Las Vegas. North, move there with friends. Moving to sell 300K. What does swimming pool, huge backyard, respect is lesbian? Yeah, I don't really want a swimming pool, at least not on my own. It's a lot to take care of, but best of luck to you on your journey. Seth, when we meet, you were quite the gentleman. Oh, Seth, I do remember you. Okay, Seth, from New Jersey, I don't know if that was your girlfriend or your friend. Love and respect to you, Seth. I remember you. I met you in a Planet Fitness parking lot in New Jersey. You were very gracious. You were very encouraging. I appreciate you watching. Thank you for reminding me. I do remember you now, Seth. Thank you very much. I remember the tag name, but now I remember meeting you in person. A couple of people I've met in person. Very nice. So thank you, Seth. Yeah, love and respect to you and the person you were with. Thank you. Shane. Religion is a fear and guilt-based control matrix. God is good all the time, but man made religion. Well, sometimes I curse God. But faith definitely helps you do things. Because again, you could say science would always be better without God. Well, yeah, but then you would also still maybe have segregation. What if you didn't have Martin Luther King? And you could say, well, if there wasn't for religion, then you may not have 9/11. Yeah, well, you say, what's the difference between that and other extremists that are other religions? And what's the difference between that versus the Europeans and the Native Americans? But you can also say that even all these people that have done good and bad things under religion, they are the trolls of their religion. Just because Christopher Columbus did bad things, it doesn't mean everything he did was bad. It doesn't mean everyone who followed his religion is bad. Just because Bin Laden did bad things, it doesn't mean necessarily that every person in his religion is bad. It doesn't mean everything in his religion is bad. Just because a Buddhist does something great doesn't mean everything he does is great. The good part about the internet is we're no longer in a village listening to the village idiot. But no matter how scientific and data-based we get, we are not robots. We need some level of spirituality. Now, most people develop their spirituality, as we learn now as we're more globally connected, through their region that they grew up and through their demographic that they're embedded in. But the human aspect of it is what is the X factor. It's the common denominator. And you can look at any race, any religion, any country, and you can see oppression, division. It doesn't matter, sometimes like people, this country, that country. Guys, every country. If you look at human history, every country, every religion, every race, every gender has good and bad. But everyone needs some level of spiritual faith. And that doesn't have to be religion. I mean, but it is something outside of just data. It's inspiration, divine energy. To push past fear. To push past hate. To push past revenge. One thing that concerns me as I walk through public parks, they have some beautiful war memorials, but they don't have any peace memorials. I never see a memorial, a statue, a wall of names of people who maintain peace. Blessed are the peacemakers, not the people all the time that just went to war. Love and respect to everyone who did, their service or in whatever country. And I understand that. I have respect. But I also want to show respect to people who respect peace, who work for peace, who work for compromise. What type of world do we live in if we only honor war? Shahid, Yeah, I understand you let it flow naturally. Thank you. And also under self-control, because there's a lot of things I want to do naturally. Like, look, if I just let things go naturally, I'd masturbate on every good-looking girl I see. If I just let things go naturally, I'll just run my car into every person that angers me. Self-control. Now, the grace of God and self-control. Some people tell me, oh, it's natural to have kids. No, it's not. Guys, it's natural to see someone you hate and fucking kill them. That's your instinct. That's your impulse. It's your impulse to cream pie your girlfriend. It's your impulse to slash the tires of the person who evicted you. You got to have self-control. Because that which comes naturally is always not that which is best. Never forget it. Brando, thanks for the inspiration, Sam. I'm on a walk right now. Good. For the 5th day, awesome. 3 to 4 times daily. Excellent. Start a new job at Amazon tomorrow. Consistency, show up for 3 days straight. Amazon's a 3 years straight. Start with 3 days straight. Amazon's a great company. You can move up if you stay consistent and stay out of trouble. Good job. Laura, you've been very kind to me, Laura. Thank you for your graciousness. Good evening, Sam. Hope all is great. Laura, thank you. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for understanding. I love you, and thank you for your graciousness. Seth, she says hello, love and respect. Oh, I remember you both. Thank you, Seth. Along with me, she thought you were so nice. Look, like many people who know me in real life and who've met me, again, I'm very to myself and I try to treat people with respect. Again, in these live feeds, I'm very boisterous and I'm very intense because I'm sharing a mindset, not necessarily a personality of dealing with people. One is I'm in a short, abbreviated point, usually only an hour or less. And 2 is, again, the mindset gets you there, but the self-control slows you down to interact with people in a healthy way. So that's kind of what I want to teach you guys, right? Like naturally, I could run around, you know what I mean, fucking be wild. But self-control kind of direct and focus your energy, hold back. Now, again, some of that's maturity, right? Doesn't just, it's kind of like got to learn, all right, what happened here? How'd that go wrong, Thank you. Action. When I first started watching Sam, you were hilarious. When you stayed in a hotel, you changed. Now you're channel's Gandhi. Well, look, I'll change back to hotel and not be hilarious. Why? Because I'll do what's best for me. Never forget it. Because it's not my job to make you laugh. It's my job to make you work. It's easier to make you laugh than go to work. So if you told me I wasn't funny in a hotel, I told you it wasn't funny when you were waiting for me to make you laugh. Because you got too much time on your hands. Okay. Never forget it. I love you. But I didn't like that part. Love and respect. Shani? Yeah, you're using all the God-given gifts you have to maintain good decisions. As best I can, I still fail. Like, even Todd Action, I didn't like to say that. I didn't want to make you upset. And forgive me if I hurt you. And forgive me if it was disrespectful. But, I have to push back in a mindset. Because you see how easy people put you in a box. They almost make you submit to their idea of you. Like, oh, you can't be in a hotel because you're not entertaining. Guys, I'll slow this shit down to a moonwalk. I'll moonwalk back into a hotel. Not to be spiteful, but if I feel it's the best thing for me. I won't stay on the road to get my subs up. Never forget that. Boston. Hey, man, I hope you continue to practice what you preach for the rest of your life. Well, I do the best I can, and I thank you for the gracious comment, Laura. To be compared to Gandhi is an incredible compliment. Well, Gandhi was just human, too. And I read some things about Gandhi, and I give him credit for what he did. But the best thing I can be is the best version of myself. And that's what I want to be. And that's what I got to evaluate myself on. Thank you. 41, love to you. And I appreciate you because I understand you're just trolling and I understand you're trying to do the best you can. And that's usually the worst you can. I love you. It's okay. Seth, you are like a modern day prophet. Well, like I said, guys, even the prophets, some of them were serial killers. Some of them were molesters. I mean, in one sense, guys, right? So some of them were doing the R. Kelly shit. They were fucking banging 14-year-old girls. So we're doing the best we can, Seth. Thank you. Shane, what a professional troll here. Guys, look, like I said, I've been doing YouTube for 4 or 5 years, whatever it is. I did public chats for 3 years. It's like, it's like a girl walking into a locker room. Ain't nothing she had never seen before. It's like, guys, we know that the troll is the emotionally and mentally underdeveloped. They need attention. They're not happy with their life. They know they're upset about the thumbs down. They like drama. They probably like alcohol. They probably don't like themselves. They probably don't have energy. They try to take other energy. They probably don't have anything to say, so they try to get you to say something to get a poke your bear. We know the games of the deceptive. We know the games of the hurtful. We know the games of the insecure. We know the games of the lazy sloth. We know the games of those who spend too much time online. They're played out. So, look, they're going to play till the day. I'm never going to stop. No one ever stopped. Now, you can make the society healthier, and we have. But you're never going to make things perfect. I understand that. Guys, I accept life. Whether I'm getting trolled by a foreman working in a ditch, whether I'm getting a bad review and I ain't do nothing wrong, guys, I show up every day to show you that. Okay. And I preach a positive message. I don't preach anything violent. I don't preach anything with self-harm. I don't preach anything for the most part in a negative connotation. I mean, I'm very intense. I get that's off-putting. I get sometimes I hurt people. Again, I apologize. But I think for those who are looking for the right thing, you get what I'm saying. And if you don't get what I'm saying, again, you should go somewhere else because I don't want to abuse you. I don't want to control you. But I also am not going to be controlled. So that's a fair, respectful statement within self-control. Forgive me if I miss a comment. Let me go back to his live comments. Seth, you know what I mean? Thank you. Boston, you're welcome, man. Glad to see you live. I remember seeing your video years ago and I got caught up recently. Thank you. That's okay. Your last chat, I couldn't talk. Yep. I just saw the live and I want you to say thank you. I thank you, Boston. Thank you. Laura, I finally get to see what a troll is. I had wanted to ask what a troll is. Yeah, look, guys, a troll is just an online version. Everyone's dealt with a bully in their life. Everyone's dealt with a contentious person. It's nothing new under the sun. Todd Action. I meant well, Sammy. No, and that's why I do want to pull myself back, but obviously I wanted to share that. But I love and respect to you, Todd, and I appreciate this other comment here. Just acknowledging your growth. Thank you, Todd Action. And again, respect to you also, okay? Thank you. Thank you, Todd Action. Thank you for the clarification. Thank you for that. Shahid, the thing about text is that you can't tell the type of energy. No, that's a good point. We're just kind of, where you're sending with text you say, to a certain level, that's true. And sometimes it can be taken wrongly. That there's truth in that. Boston, I see you aiming for working hard and being comfortable with yourself. That is what I'm going for myself. Yeah, that's self-care. Good job. Laura, I agree, Shahid. That is totally pot on with that. Yeah, I mean, me and Laura had a similar thing with that the other day. So, that's part of this too, which makes it what it is. Aaron, my natural instinct is to all caps the trolls. And I've done that, and I want to be fair. I've been wrong at times myself. I'm having to restrain self-control. You're doing a great job, Aaron. I'm proud of you. Boston, you're saying the truth. I'm doing the best I can. Thank you. I don't put myself on a pedestal, but I thank you for that encouragement. Shahid, thanks, Laura. Laura, I've been watching videos from various points on your journey, and I see your consistent goodness being spoken about. Thank you, Laura. You've been very gracious to me. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is just spam. So we'll remove. Forgive me for saying the name wrong. Roxy3. I got another couple minutes, guys. Then I got to go. Hey, Sam. Big fan of your channel. What's your thoughts on Bob Wells? I think he does some things good, but the worst thing, what's the best thing he does? He gives information. He gives examples. He gives a voice to a certain lifestyle. Good things. What's the bad things? I don't think he gives enough emphasis on low income people have other resources other than living in their van or their car. And low income people are low income usually because they can't manage their life. And having them get in a vehicle long term, not short term, long term, is going to position them for even a harder life. Go see a social worker, go get your benefits. And if you're going to hit the road, have an exit strategy. And if you have ability, get in the workforce. Living in a van does not solve some problems that he addresses. Building out your van is not building out your life. Bob Wells is not supposed to do everything, so I'm not blaming him for everything. And he's done well, but Bob Wells wrote a book. He's under a corporation. He's LLC'd out his channel. He's got a personal assistant. He's structured his life as a corporation. So if you're going to follow Bob Wells' example, you better follow his example as business orientated, not van orientated. Never forget it. I think he means well. Yeah, I would say, possibly. I don't know him, and no disrespect. But he seems to glorify the nomad life. Well, everyone plays their part. And he has people crazy solar installs. Yeah, and the buckets. Yeah, everyone's different. Again, I don't want to... Look, sometimes I get wild a little bit on Bob Wells. Everyone has a position. I try not to focus my videos on other people. Once in a while, I may address them, but over my 3,000 videos, the facts are less than 1% are talking about other people. So I don't want to, that's not what I am. Obviously, if I see something I disagree with, like Peter disagreed with Paul in the Bible, and they spoke on that shit. So, yeah, like Raekwon disagreed with RZA, and they spoke on that shit. So, yeah, do I disagree with Bob Wilson? Shit, yeah. Is he still Wu-Tang forever? Yeah, I mean, it could be. Laura, my spot becomes pot because my keyboard is needing to be replaced. Okay. X3, are going to Mexico for healthcare. Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful. X3, thanks, Sam. My wife and I listen often, and we're both rooting for you. Thank you. To get a home base. Thank you both. I appreciate that. Near the ocean. Thank you. Pray for me. I appreciate it. Whatever's best. I want to do the best, wisest, healthiest decision. Laura, and in the desert, why the desert? Yeah, and I'm not anti-desert. I know the desert inspires some people more than the ocean. I'm just saying, guys, the desert's high wind, dry. Make sure you know what you're doing. AK, congrats, Sam. Thank you. Shane, I appreciate your time tonight, Sam. Thank you. Thanks for showing up, the public chat, and congrats. Thank you, everyone. Let's leave on that note. I got to go. Thank you. You don't get to where you want to go by yourself. That being said, you got to work on yourself, and you got to walk a level of your journey by yourself. No one can do the work of your life. So there's a balanced thought tonight. Number one is thank you to everyone who's ever done anything for me in real life, online, whatever. Thank you. Number two, I try to lead by example, not to prove a point, but to take care of myself. Because I've found out when you don't take care of yourself, even people who love you, ain't nothing they can do. And live in an environment that inspires you. Live below your means. Keep some flexibility, but may have to add some stability. Yeah, everyone's life is different. Everyone has a different fingerprint. No matter how you look at life, spiritually, sciencey, one fact of life is that of every person in every country throughout the world, even people in the same family, everyone has a different fingerprint. It's your biometric access to who you are. You don't have to be who your father was. You don't have to be to your mother. You may look like them. You may talk like them. You may get mad like them. But you can change to a certain degree. But you can't do what naturally you're going to have to self-control and work on it. Oh, Canada Super Chat at the end, 279. When in doubt, throw it out. Well, damn it, brother. Let's leave it on that note. I appreciate all the graciousness. Marin, Twista, Mike, all my members. Thank you, everyone. Love and respect.